Hello, my lovely wolf pack, and welcome to the Lone Wolf Show, brought to you by Wolfpack Media, the most entertaining place on YouTube for your news and commentary. I'm your host, Justin Huseman, founder and news contributor. We have a great show today, and I can't wait to get started. But before we do, don't forget to smash the ever-living hell out of that like button on this video and subscribe to our channel. We need more subscribers. We like it when you subscribe. We like it a lot. Anyway, we have a lot of news to get here today. I wasn't able to get a video going for you guys yesterday, unfortunately. More internet issues and whatnot. But so we have a lot of stuff to get to today that I'm going to try to get to in a reasonable amount of time. So let's just jump right into it. We got some stuff going on in New York. I don't know what the hell's going on, but my question to you guys after I read you this article and we go through it a little bit, let us know in the comments. Do you think that New York Democrats are committing coup? So just let us know in the comments. We'll go through it here quick, but we want to know from you. We need your opinions. Plus, we like comments on our videos. We do answer all our comments, or we try to. So here, our first story is from AP News. This is from Monday, I believe. But yeah, this is from the AP. Governor weighs removing New York City Mayor Adams after his top deputies quit amid criminal case turmoil. We got some turmoil. I don't know about all that, but I think the governor's definitely making it more than it is. Anyway, the article goes on to say New York Governor Kathy Hochul said Monday she is weighing removing New York City Mayor Eric Adams from office after four of his top deputies announced their resignations in the latest fallout from the Justice Department's push to end his corruption case. Hochul, a Democrat, said she will convene a meeting of key leaders Tuesday in Manhattan for a conversation about the path forward. She said the departures of First Deputy Mayor Maria Torres Springer and other top officials raised serious questions about the long-term future of Adams' administration. Adams, also a Democrat, has been under increasing scrutiny since the Justice Department's second-in-command ordered federal prosecutors in Manhattan last week to drop his corruption case to ensure his cooperation in Republican President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown, raising questions about the mayor's political independence and ability to lead the city. Well, that's all I'm going to read from that. Anyway, it's stupid. I don't know. To me, it seems, and let's see here. We got an official, an official quote from Governor Kathy Hochul. Let me see. Yeah, we got an official quote here, and then I'm gonna break down a little bit what I think is going on. Anyway. This is an official quote from Hochul on Monday from Fox News. It says, and I quote, "I recognize the immense responsibility I hold as governor and the constitutional powers granted to this office. In the 235 years of New York State history, these powers have never been utilized to remove a duly elected mayor. Overturning the will of the voters is a serious step that should not be taken lightly," unquote. Uh, I don't know. First of all, I don't believe her at all. I don't believe the governor at all. Hochul has shown some pretty weird, uh, I mean, obviously the charges brought against Donald Trump in the Manhattan case and all that stuff in New York City just automatically makes me believe that there's villainy afoot. I suppose you could say the villainy. I do not believe like like any of this stuff. Anyway, okay, so let's break down this a little bit so you could get a better idea of what's going on here if you don't already know. So in 2022, Mayor Eric Adams basically told Biden that he couldn't go along with him on the immigration, and Biden, of course, didn't like that. And a couple years later, Adams said that they wouldn't take in any more immigrants. They couldn't. Like, he was basically saying to Biden that like our city, our infrastructure, our funds, none of this, like, we can't take in any more people. Like, New York City is full. Like, no vacancies, full occupancy. And yeah, so and immediately after Mayor Adams like basically went on TV and was trying to say this to like put it out there. Uh, Immediately afterwards, I believe it was like 3 days after, Biden indicted him. The Biden DOJ indicted him for, let's just say, things that aren't really adding up. Uh, it just seems like there's a big lack of evidence. It really reminds me of the Trump Manhattan case. It just seems sketchy to me. A lot of sketchy things with that. So I believe it's trumped up charges as per usual when it comes to New York City officials the past couple years. So yeah, there was that, and then Trump gets in and tells him to work with him on immigration. Like, basically, like, we'll help you out with this stuff you're being indicted on if you help us out with immigration. And Adams sits, it goes, Adams even like, so Adams basically like, yeah, and he even sits down for an interview with Trump's border czar Tom Homan, and they're even, Adams is even allowed ICE to operate at Rikers Island again. Like they used to operate there at Rikers Island. They have an office there for ICE, but since the sanctuary status stuff has been going on over the years, that Rikers Island office was basically cut off. But Adams has reinstituted it, and Hochul comes in. Basically, it says, "We're going to destroy you." Yeah, the governor of New York, because unfortunately, the way it works in some of these liberal states is that like they're ruled by one city. It seems like when it comes to statewide elections and whatnot. At least that's my take. Like, I don't know what's really going on with all of this. It seems like a administrative coup, almost like a soft civil war within the administration of some of these bureaucracies within our government. It's I find it pretty appalling that we're still, that now that they don't have control of the federal government anymore, but they still have like all these state governments like basically being held hostage. And these bluer, like Illinois is no better. Illinois has Chicago is basically rules over Illinois, even though the rest of Illinois is all red. Like, this one area of the state is completely like all in Democrat, and for some reason, because of the populations in these places, it just, I don't know. It seems crazy to me, and I feel like this is Governor Hochul's like sad attempt of trying to maintain control of the status quo. Like, they want it to still be like business as usual, as if Biden was still in office and all that. But I don't know. We need to move on to the next story. Um, we got some more, but let us know what you guys think about that whole debacle, and whether you think it's a coup or not, or like even just soft a coup, within the administration. Uh, But we have some more Doge news. We got some more Doge updates. It seems like I guess the top social, like has to do with the Social Security stuff that has been coming out. I guess top like one of the Social Security officials stepped down. Let's just bring up the article here. It's from NBC News. Top Social Security official leaves after disagreement with DOGE over sensitive data. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. We got a little picture of Elon and Trump. Like that. I like that picture. It's a good picture. All right. The top official at the Social Security Administration, Michelle King, stepped down from her position this weekend after she refused a request from Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency to access sensitive government records at the agency, according to two sources familiar with the situation. The agency oversees the management of payments for more than 70 million Americans. President Donald Trump has vowed not to enact has vowed not to enact cuts to retirement benefits. One of the sources familiar with the situation, Nancy Altman, the president of Social Security Works, a left-leaning group focused on protecting and expanding Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, told NBC News she learned of the situation after speaking with several current officials at the agency. Altman said some of the information involved in the dispute included Americans' bank information, Social Security numbers, earnings records, marital status, dates of birth, and in some cases medical records if a person has applied for disability benefits. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. All I know is what I do know about all of it is some of the stuff that we discussed in the last video. Like that 20 million people who are receiving Social Security are dead. So I don't know, that throws all of this stuff that is coming out with the Doge is throwing me off, man. Like I really encourage people, like, if you're not sure about what's going on, Doge is being completely transparent. Per their X account, they now have an account, a Doge account, for each individual agency that they're auditing, basically. So if you want to see anything that they're doing, I would check out those X accounts. And also, really, for deeper dives, the website doge.gov. Uh, there's some nut stuff, but that was just a little bit of Doge news for you. Obviously, they're just gonna. I feel like we got Elon Musk derangement syndrome now. Like this stuff. Like, I used to just think it was a running joke within the Republican Party, the Trump derangement syndrome. But lately, I've been just watching some of these people and watching how unbelievably unreasonable they become. Like I check out the new interview of Trump and Musk. They were interviewed by Sean Hannity. Check that interview out. Musk does has a really good take on the derangement syndrome, and like, dude, yeah, like we need to get that term going now, though. Now it's Musk derangement syndrome. It used to be TDS. Now now it's MDS. We are completely deranged about anybody that agrees with Trump or who is friends with Trump or likes Trump. I guess it's just be like this delusion that is created in people's mind that make them completely and utterly unreasonable. But yeah. Anyway, what else did I have here? Oh yeah, okay. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, more on that Doge stuff. I have I totally almost forgot before I moved on to the next story. Uh, I just wanted to show you guys a sound bite. I got a sound bite of Senator Rand Paul as he lists some of these examples. This is just more examples of wasteful spending. Some of them might be stuff that I've already discussed here, but I just wanted you guys to hear this clip. And once again, you guys can let us know in the comments what you think. Let's see. I think all I gotta do is hit play, don't I? Here we go. Maybe. Maybe. Play.
Maybe. The committee will come to order. Today we are going to dive into reckless and wasteful spending of our federal government, particularly when it comes to foreign aid. The United States should not be the sugar daddy for the entire world, especially not for countries and organizations who act contrary to our nation's beliefs. Our country is $36 trillion in debt, yet we continue to send billions of dollars overseas, often funding projects that are not just useless, but in many cases actively harmful. Taking the path to fiscal responsibility is often a lonely journey, but thanks to Elon Musk and DOGE, they brought to light the waste that I've been highlighting for over the last decade. Every year I release my Festivus report to expose the ridiculous spending of the federal government, and this past year was no exception. I uncovered over $1 trillion in government waste, with the State Department and USAID being some of the worst offenders. Let me give you just a few examples of what these unelected bureaucrats are spending your hard-earned money on. $4.8 million went to Ukraine's public affairs office in Kiev to fund social media influencers. Instead of protecting our own border, $2.1 million was sent to Paraguay to enhance their border security. USAID also funded a group of Ukrainian women-led designers to travel to the Paris fashion show. I don't know about you, but I'd imagine Ukrainian women have more important things to worry about than appearing in the Paris fashion show. USAID spent $2 million on transgender surgeries, hormone therapy, and gender-affirming care in Guatemala. $3 million was spent to promote girl-centric climate action in Brazil. And I'd love to picture what a conversation about girl-centered climate action looks like. It's like, hey, Barbie, do you know what girl-centered climate change is? Since when do we believe arguments need to be tailored for girls to understand? How insulting to women at large that they think there are special arguments for girls to understand that are different than boys. $25,000 to fund a transgender opera in Colombia. Was nobody in Colombia willing to buy a ticket? USAID spent $32,000 in Peru to create a comic featuring a trans hero to address social and mental health issues. What does that have to do with diplomacy?
Yeah, that's. I just wanted to play a little clip of that. That this stuff is crazy, dude. I really don't. I really don't understand it. It's a lot. It's a lot of. The thing is, though, like none of this seems to be surprising me at all. I'm just like, yeah, because. Yeah, like Rand Paul said, like he does this every year where he goes through some of the a list of some of the stuff that they're wasting their, so none of this is new to people that have been paying attention over the last however many years. Like it's not new. So anyway, that I just wanted to show you a little clip of that. Let us know what you think. I feel like I need to show a little bit of the C-SPAN every once in a while. I feel like a lot of people, not enough people, especially people my age, watch C-SPAN and watch like some of these meetings that they have. It's televised. Anybody can watch it. C-SPAN's got a YouTube, I believe, and all that. Obviously, X is a great place to go through. So, because all these senators and Congress people, they all have X accounts, so you can see some of these like live meetings. I would recommend more people my age do that. Like if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, like yeah, like if you're a millennial like me, you need to be paying attention, man. Paying attention because it really helps because we got to pay attention to those local elections too. It's not just like you don't just every 4 years vote for the president. You also should. I would encourage you to go out and vote for your your city council members. Go out and vote for your senators. Like they're going to be having Senate votes in a couple of years, in 2 years, I believe, in 2026 or something like that. Don't quote me. Something like that, but go look it up. We encourage you guys to do a lot of look stuff up yourself too. Like don't just take my word for things. uh I have biased opinion, but I want to bring you the news in an unbiased way. I just look this stuff up yourself, read through articles yourself as well. uh Anyway, yeah, I got one more story that I wanted to get to because this story really, really hits close to my heart here. Oh my God, we're going way over the time, but that's all right. I really wanted to get to this one quick because this was a little more. This one's important to me because it's crazy. It's a wild story. You guys will think it's crazy if I can get the article to load up here. All right, let's see. Here we got from the Daily Mail. Uh, Border agent accused of being a cartel member was arrested after wife's lifestyle raised major red flags. This is a crazy story, but once again to me, not really that surprising. I don't know about you guys, but not that surprising to me that a border agent could be a cartel member. That doesn't like I don't know. Let's just read the article before I get into a tirade. Like I said, we're running out of time. All right. It says lavish trips to Dubai and designer clothing for a federal border agent's wife were allegedly funded by his suspected membership of a Mexican drug cartel. Sources told Daily Mail. Excuse me. Uh, Prosecutors allege Manuel Perez Jr., an agent with U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) in El Paso, Texas, had been bankrolled to the tune of $300,000 to $400,000 a year by La Lina, the armed wing of the Juarez drug cartel, El Paso Times reported. In stunning court testimony, Perez was accused of getting paid to let illegal immigrants and drugs into the U.S., but also of being a member of the cartel that was paying him, federal prosecutors alleged during a hearing last week. I'm scrolling. I'm having internet issues. Yeah, I want to read like this whole article if I can. Here we go. Now sources have told Daily Mail that his wife's jet set lifestyle, her extravagant social media posts, and his own team of personal bodyguards were red flags before his arrest. He would party in Juarez at the time all the time with bodyguards, and him and his wife would always go on trips to Dubai and Vegas with all the designer clothes, a federal officer told Daily Mail. Multiple witnesses said he belonged to La Lina cartel in Mexico. An investigator with the CBP's Office of Professional Responsibility testified at the court hearing in El Paso Thursday. While federal immigration agents are from time to time accused of taking money for letting immigrants or drugs through, it's rare to hear that a U.S. official is part of the cartel. I don't know. I would disagree. At least, I guess I'm just making assumptions. Like I had always assumed that this is definitely a thing that's going on. Uh, I mean, I hear stories all the time of like cops being in on the take and stuff. Like, I don't know, cops being like basically parts of these criminal organizations. Like, I don't know, man. It reminds me of like The Departure, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson. Like, and Matt Damon, how Matt Damon was like raised by this gangster, and like then the gangster like basically trains him to become a cop for the sole purpose of him being like his inside guy. Like, and that's it's like a real life version of that story, dude. And it's not surprising to me, at least in any way, that something like this is happening, but this really irks me because like people want to like defend the border patrol, saying that, oh well, Biden told him to do it. Like the devil made me do it is not a legitimate excuse for these people, man. Like, they need to be held responsible. Like, there are little kids that were being fed through going to sex work and sweatshops, and these border patrol agents knew it, like, and facilitated it. And like everybody wants to hop on the, oh, these poor patrol agents that, like, oh, they couldn't do anything or say anything because they didn't want to lose their jobs. And no, dude, like, you have an individual responsibility. Like, just quit your job if that's what's going on there, bro. Like, you have a responsibility. They're little kids, man. Like, us here at Wolfpack, this is it really hits home. We got like there's members of the panel that have kids, that like we got nieces and nephews and little brothers and sisters, and like we can't imagine the things that are going on. Like I'm sure some of you guys that are watching got children, and like there's little kids, dude, are being like just terrible things happening. And I have a real hard time going, oh, these poor border patrol agents, they were just following orders, doing what yeah, the Nazi soldiers, when they were rounding up all the Jews, were just following orders too, dude. Like get that through your head, that like following orders isn't always following the law either. Like, these border patrol agents were knowingly, it seems, doing like facilitating illegal activities, and that's not all right. That doesn't sit well with me at all. It it it's disgusting, and I think these stories need to be paid attention to, and we need to really look in. Like, all these people should be fired. All these people, some of them should be, I would say, throw them in jail, throw away the key, dude. But anyway, we we have that's all the time we got today, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments about some of this stuff. We really appreciate the engagement with you guys. Um Anyway, thanks for joining us. You can follow us on X and Facebook, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to us here on YouTube. We really appreciate the support, and we'll see you next time. Peace.